Yeah. Stay peace. The flowers are out, but I'm still inside. The sun is lying, it's pretending to be kind. April's playing tricks on a tired mind. The flowers in the garden, they don't know the truth. They're blooming right over the grave of our youth. I saw the green grass, I thought I was free. But spring is the cruelest joke played on me. The calendar says it's time to grow, but I'm still buried under last year's snow. You walked away when the frost was clear. Now I'm the only ghost staying here. Oh, you play my heart like an April fool, breaking every promise, breaking every rule. I'm stuck in the winter while the world turns green. The loneliest man that the spring has seen. Yeah, it's an April Fool's heart. Just a cruel joke right from the start. Yeah. Cleaned out the closet, threw the trash away, but your scent is still clinging to the start of the day. I opened up the windows to let the air inside, but there's nowhere for a broken man to hide. The birds are all singing like they know your name, but nothing about the sunlight feels the same. The winter was honest, it was cold and it was clear. But this spring is just lying, saying you're still here. I'm waiting for the frost, I'm waiting for the snow to kill these pretty flowers so I can let you go. 'Cause you play my heart like an April fool, breaking every promise, breaking every rule. I'm stuck in the winter while the world turns green. The loneliest man that the spring has seen. April Fool, yeah, you got me good. Just a fool in the flowers. Stay peace. Walking down the path we used to know, just me and the cold. Stay peace. Pink petals falling on the empty street, but I just feel the freezing beneath my feet. Everyone is smiling, soaking in the sun, but my lonely winter has only just begun. I see the couples walking, holding in so tight, while I'm just a shadow fading in the light. The air is getting warmer, the sky is turning clear, but it feels like a blizzard when you are not here. The seasons keep changing, but I'm locked in the past. Why do the beautiful things never last? Oh, the cherry blossoms fall like snow, a beautiful reminder that you had to go. They say spring brings life to everything, but my heart is frozen in this bitter spring. Yeah, freezing in the cherry blossom snow. catch a petal falling from the sky, soft and fragile like our last goodbye. It melts into nothing right inside my hand, just like all the futures that we ever planned. The world is blooming colors everywhere, but all I see is you not being there. I try to breathe the seas and try to move along, but every falling blossom feels like a sad song. All the cherry blossoms fall like snow, a beautiful reminder that you had to go. They say spring brings life to everything, but my heart is frozen in this bitter spring. Yeah, freezing in the cherry blossom snow, nowhere left to go. They only bloom for a week or two, a fleeting beauty, just like me and you. And the branches are bare, and the pink fades to gray. Maybe then this pain will wash away, or maybe it's here to stay. Cherry blossom snow, falling slow, so cold. Stay peace. Stay peace. My eyes are watering. They tell me it's just a season, but they don't know. Stay peace. Step outside, the air is thick and yellow. Trying to keep my head down, trying to keep it mellow, but every gust of wind brings a scent I recognize. It's not the pollen, it's the past that's stinging in my eyes. Walk past the park bench where we used to sit and talk. Now I'm crossing up the street, taking the longer walk. The doctor says I need some pills to clear my head, but medicine can't cure the heavy words you said. It's in the air, it's on my clothes, it's everywhere I go. This town is covered in the dust that only I can know. I've got an allergy to memories drifting in the breeze. Every time I breathe you in, it brings me to my knees. They think I'm crying cause the spring is finally here, but it's just the ghost of you that's drawing out the tear. Yeah, an allergy to memories. I'm choking on the history. Yeah, I try to stay inside and keep the windows locked tight, but the thoughts of you still seep into the room at night. Your favorite jasmine flowers blooming by the gate, a beautiful reminder of a love that met its fate. I'm sneezing out the promises we made in mid-July, wiping at my face, looking up at the sky. I wish the rain would come and wash the streets completely clean, erase the heavy residue of everything we've been. Cause I've got an allergy to memories drifting in the breeze. Every time I breathe you in, it brings me to my knees. They think I'm crying cause the spring is finally here, but it's just the ghost of you that's drawing out the tear. Yeah, an allergy to memories. I'm choking on the history. Breathe in, breathe out. How do you detox from a love that wouldn't die? I need a mask for my heart, not for my face, to survive another season in this lonely place. allergic to you. Yeah, stay peace. Stay peace. I saw it this morning, a little bit of green in the gray. It hurt more than I thought it would. Stay peace. The ice is melting in the garden bed, underneath the window where we laid our heads. A tiny green sprout is pushing through the dirt, a little bit of life to remind me of the hurt. The world is waking up from a long cold sleep, but I got a promise that I couldn't keep. I watched the frost fade from the wooden fence, trying to make a world that finally makes some sense. One little leaf reaching for the light, while I'm still reaching for you. In the middle of the night, it's the first bud of loneliness blooming in the yard. Watching things grow shouldn't be this hard. The winter was a shield, a place for me to hide. Now everything is opening and I'm empty inside. Yeah, the first bud of loneliness, witnessing the start of the mess. I used to love the way the seasons used to turn. Now I'm just a bridge that you decided to burn. That little flower doesn't know it's gonna die. It's just like me believing every single lie. I should be happy that the color's coming back, but all I see are the things that I lack. I'm standing in the garden with a heavy chest, watching a bird build a brand new nest. It's the first bud of loneliness blooming in the yard. Watching things grow shouldn't be this hard. The winter was a shield, a place for me to hide. Now everything is opening and I'm empty inside. Yeah, the first bud of loneliness, witnessing the start of the mess. The sadness that the blossoms bring, I wanna step on it, I wanna make it stop, but I just stand here waiting for the next tear to drop. Just a little bud alone in the garden, just like me. Stay peace. Spring showers, they said, bring May flowers, they said. I'm just drowning out here. Stay peace. Walking down the avenue, the sky is pouring gray, washing all the color from a hopeful spring day. Got no umbrella, didn't think I'd need one. Used to having you around to be my only sun. Now the drops are soaking through the soul winter coat. Feeling like a sailor on a sinking little boat. Water running down my face, hiding all the tears. Washing down the drain with the best of my years. Every step is heavy, every step is slow, carrying the weight of a love I had to let go. Now I've got rainwater in my shoes. Step into the rhythm of the springtime blues. The whole world is drinking, the rivers are full, but the current of this memory's got a heavy pull. Yeah, cold water seeping through, drowning in the thought of you. Staring at the puddles reflecting the street lights, remembering the warmth of those cozy indoor nights. We used to watch the lightning from the bedroom glass. Now I'm just a ghost watching the headlights pass. The water's rising up, soaking through the souls, trying to fill up all these empty little holes. My feet are going numb, but the pain is still awake, wondering how much more this fragile mind can take. 'Cause I've got rainwater in my shoes. Step into the rhythm of the springtime blues. The whole world is drinking, the rivers are full, but the current of this memory's got a heavy pull. Yeah, cold water seeping through, drowning in the thought of you. They say the rain is cleansing, supposed to wash away the pain, but I'm just getting colder, standing out here in the rain. The storm is gonna pass, the sun is gonna shine, but my feet will still be frozen in a different space and time. Look at the sky, completely covered. Not a single ray of light, but my skin is still stinging. Stay peace. Woke up to a ceiling made of solid gray. The weatherman said the sun is staying away. I walked out the door without a shade in sight, thinking the clouds would keep me safe from the light. But the temperature's rising underneath my shirt, a phantom kind of heat, a familiar kind of hurt. I can't see the fire, but I'm feeling the flame. Every time the springtime breeze whispers your name, it's an invisible trap, it's a hidden ray. The damage is done before you can run away. I caught a sunburn on a gray bed, no light shining through, but the sting won't fade away. It's the radiation of a love that died, peeling back the layers of the tears I've cried. Yeah, sunburn on a cloudy afternoon, healing way too late, burning way too soon. Aloe vera can't fix what is under the skin. I'm losing a battle that I didn't begin. They say time is a lotion, supposed to cool it down, but the fever just spikes when I walk through this town. I'm wearing long sleeves to cover up the past, but the ghost of your touch was always built to last. The sky is so dark, the pavement is cold, but the fire inside me is getting dangerously old as I caught the sunburn on unquenchable fire. Stay peace.
I tried to plant something beautiful. I really did. But the soil is poison. Stay at peace. Hands in the dirt, fingernails stained black. Trying to bring a little bit of color back. I bought the seeds, I followed every rule. Thought I could grow a miracle like a damn fool. But the ground is hard and the air is getting thin, and I'm losing the war that I'm buried in. Every time I reach for a flower to bloom, I just find another sharp edge in the gloom. The roots are tangled, the stems are made of steel. Every time I touch the past, it's all I ever feel. Welcome to my garden of thorns, where the flowers are sharp and the spirit is torn. I'm bleeding in the sunlight, crying in the dirt, trying to harvest a little bit of beauty from the hurt. Yeah, garden of thorns. I wish I was never born. He used to be the water, he used to be the light. Now I'm just a scavenger digging through the night. The roses turn to daggers, the lilies turn to lead. I'm walking through a minefield in this garden bed. I see the neighbors' hedges green and growing tall, while I'm just staring at this ivy on the wall. It's choking out the breath that's wrapping around my chest. Spring is just a season that I've learned to detest, 'cause I'm living in a garden of thorns, where the flowers are sharp and the spirit is torn. I'm bleeding in the sunlight, crying in the dirt, trying to harvest a little bit of beauty from the hurt. Yeah, garden of thorns. I wish I was never born. Dig a little deeper, bury the remains, try to plant a memory, only reap the chains. I'm covered in the scars of a spring that went wrong, writing on my blood in the middle of a song. Everything is sharp, nothing is soft. Stay peace.
They say time heals all wounds, but they didn't say how slow the clock moves. Stay peace, 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 peace. Sitting on the porch step, staring at the lawn, Been in this exact same spot since the early dawn. A millimeter higher than it was the day before, a millimeter further from the knocking on my door. The world is moving forward at a snail's heavy pace, while I'm just stuck in neutral in this empty space. I thought that by the springtime I would finally be okay, but I'm just counting blades of grass to pass the time away. The ticking of the clock is the loudest sound I hear. Every second feels heavy, every minute is a year. I'm just watching the grass grow without you by my side. Nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. It's a slow and silent torture in the middle of the spring, waiting for a healing that the season doesn't bring. Yeah, watching the grass grow, watching the days go so slow. The neighbors mowing down the yard, making it all neat, but I let mine grow wild right around my feet. It's wrapping around my ankles, holding me in place. A green and quiet prison, a slow and steady race. If I sit here long enough, maybe I'll turn to stone, a statue in the garden, permanently alone. The sun goes up, the sun goes down, the shadows slowly shift, and living without you is a heavy, heavy lift. I'm just watching the grass grow without you by my side. Nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. It's a slow and silent torture in the middle of the spring, waiting for a healing that the season doesn't bring. Yeah, watching the grass grow, watching the days go so slow. A fraction of an inch, a fraction of a heart, trying to put it back together, watching it fall apart. I'm waiting for the green to cover up the gray, but I'm just getting older, wasting every day. Still watching, still waiting, still missing you. Stay peace, 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 peace. It's getting hard to breathe. Everyone says it's just the flowers blooming. They don't feel the weight. The window's open just a crack to let the season in, but I can feel the pressure starting underneath my skin. Golden dust is dancing in the light across the floor, reminding me of everything that isn't here no more. My throat is getting tight, my vision's getting blurred. I'm choking on the echoes of every final word. It's not the trees, it's not the grass, it's not the morning dew. It's just the toxic oxygen of living without you. Take a breath, but it feels like lead. Walking through a garden when I should be in my bed. There's pollen in the air and the pain inside my chest. Spring is at its peak and I'm a broken, hollow mess. I'm gasping for a memory, I'm reaching for the sky, but every breath I take is just another way to die. Yeah, pollen in the air, and the pain that I can't bear. I see the children running, I see the kite so high, while I'm just clutching at my ribs and wondering why. Why does the beauty have to feel so much like a blade? Why does the sunlight always cast such a heavy shade? I'm coughing up the promises, I'm wheezing out the hope. I'm at the very ending of a framed piece of rope. The world is full of life, it's vibrating and loud, while I'm just hiding underneath this yellow dusty cloud. There's pollen in the air and the pain inside my chest. Spring is at its peak and I'm a broken, hollow mess. I'm gasping searching for a memory, I'm reaching for the sky, but every breath I take is just another way to die. Yeah, pollen in the air, and the pain that I can't bear. Inhale the ghost, exhale the grief. Every blossom on the tree is just another thief, stealing my air, stealing my time, committing the perfect seasonal crime. Too much in the air, too much. They say today, the light and the dark are exactly equal. Perfect harmony. I guess I missed the memo. The calendar says it's the start of the spring. The sun and the moon are sharing the exact same ring. 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night. The whole damn universe is getting it right, but I'm leaning too far to the left of the bed, heavy with the weight of the words that you said. The world is aligned on a perfect axis, while I'm just drowning in the aftermath madness. Gravity is pulling me down on one side, nowhere left to balance, nowhere left to hide. It's the vernal equinox, but my balance is lost. I'm paying for love, but I can't afford the cost. The seasons are shifting in a perfect line, but nothing is equal in this heart of mine. Yeah, the light and the dark are exactly the same, but I'm still the only one carrying the blame. I try to walk straight, but I stumble and sway. Ever since the morning that you walked away, my left hand is empty, my right hand is cold. I'm feeling so young, but my soul is so old. They say nature loves an equilibrium state, but I'm just a victim of this heavy, heavy fate. If the day and the night can learn how to share, then why did you leave me fighting for air? Cause it's the vernal equinox, but my balance is lost. I'm paying for love, but I can't afford the cost. The seasons are shifting in a perfect line, but nothing is equal in this heart of mine. Yeah, the light and the dark are exactly the same, but I'm still the only one carrying the blame. Tipping over, falling down, a king of the spring just losing his crown. The scale is broken, the weights are gone. How is the world still spinning on, 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 on? Off center, out of line. Equinox, but I'm not fine.
They say April showers bring May flowers, but nobody talks about what happens after they bloom. Everything dies. The garden is bursting in a violent red, but all I can think about is what you said. You handed me a bouquet of promises and lies, and now I'm just watching the color as it dies. The petals are wilting, falling on the floor like the heavy footsteps walking out my door. I put them in water, I put them in the light, but you can't save a thing that's giving up the fight. It's a beautiful season, but the ending is near. I'm dressing in black for the rest of the year. We had Mayflowers, but it's a June funeral now. I'm burying the memories, just trying to figure out how a temporary beauty, a love that couldn't stay. I'm throwing dirt on the casket of the things we didn't say. Yeah, Mayflowers, June funerals, watching the last of the petals fall. I see the wreaths hanging on the neighborhood doors while I'm picking up the pieces scattered on the floors. We bloom so fast under the springtime sun, but the heat of the truth melted us both into one. One lonely shadow, one empty room, a beautiful love story locked inside a tomb. I'm wearing my suit, but there's nowhere to go, just standing in the garden watching the sorrow grow. 'Cause we had Mayflowers, but it's a June funeral now. I'm burying the memories, just trying to figure out how a temporary beauty, a love that couldn't stay. I'm throwing dirt on the casket of the things we didn't say. Yeah, Mayflowers, June funerals, watching the last of the petals fall. Ashes to ashes, dust to the dirt. How much of a springtime is supposed to hurt? Cut from the stem, we were destined to fade, laying to rest in the bed that we made. 6 feet deep under the garden. Goodbye to the spring. Flying in circles, looking for a home that isn't there anymore. Just drifting. Woke up from the winter, shook the frost off my coat, but there's a heavy kind of lump stuck right in my throat. I'm flying over gardens that are bursting in red, but I'm just looking for the place where we used to lay our heads. The sun is shining down, but the rays are so cold. I'm
searching for a story that has already been told. I pass 100 petals, but I don't wanna land, 'cause none of them will ever understand. All this open air, but nowhere to go. A wandering soul putting on a tragic show. I'm just a bee with no flower, lost in the breeze, hovering alone through the empty trees. What's the point of the spring if I can't land on you? Just a heavy set of wings in a sky of blue, yeah. Looking for a sweet love that turned completely sour. I'm just a bee with no flower. The rest of the world is so busy and loud, while I'm just a shadow underneath the passing cloud. They tell me to move on, go and pick a different rose, but they don't understand, they only scent my memory knows. My energy is fading, I'm running out of time, stuck inside a rhythm that has lost its only rhyme. I circle around the spot where your roots used to be, but it's just an empty patch of dirt staring back at me. 'Cause I'm just a bee with no flower, lost in the breeze, hovering alone through the empty trees. What's the point of the spring if I can't land on you? Just a heavy set of wings in a sky of blue, yeah. Looking for a sweet love that turned completely sour. I'm just a bee with no flower. Nowhere to land, wings are getting heavy. The wind is pushing me away, but I don't wanna leave the garden. Still searching, still flying, nowhere to rest. The cold was easier. Numbness doesn't ask any questions, but the warmth is forcing me to feel it all again. I built a fortress made of December snow, locked the doors and didn't let my feelings show. The winter was a blanket, heavy and thick. It kept the memories from making me sick. But now the sun is creeping through the window pane, turning my sanctuary back into the rain. The frost is melting right off the windowsill, and my chest is aching against my own will. Drop by drop, the shield is falling apart. The spring is an intruder, breaking into the dark. It hurts so bad, thawing my heart, watching the ice and memories part. I was safe in the freeze, I was doing just fine. Now the reality is burning down the line. Yeah, the blood is rushing back to the scar, reminding me exactly how far you are. Like frostbite waking up underneath the skin. The pain of the springtime is about to begin. I wrap my arms around myself to keep the temperature low. I'm begging the universe to give me back the snow. I don't want to feel the warmth of the month of May, because feeling the warmth means feeling you slip away. Every crack in the ice is a crack in my chest, just a broken man failing the season's test. 'Cause it hurts so bad, thawing my heart, watching the ice and the memories part. I was safe in the freeze, I was doing just fine. Now the reality is burning down the line. Yeah, the blood is rushing back to the sky. how far you are. Washing away the defense. None of this makes any sense. I'm exposed to the light, I'm out in the open air, thawing out the soul that is too broken to repair. Melting, waking up to the pain. I miss the cold. They say a clean room makes a clearer mind, so I bought some trash bags, but I don't know where to start. Sunlight shining through the freshly washed glass, highlighting the dust of a love that didn't last. Got a box for the donations, a box for the trash, and a pile of old memories burning like ash. Found your old sweater stuffed in the back of the drawer. Smells like a perfume I can't buy anymore. I'm holding a ticket stub from my very first date, trying to decide my own emotional fate. It's heavy in my hands, it's heavy on my mind. How do you discard the best part of your timeline? I'm doing spring cleaning, trying to throw you away, putting all the ghosts in the boxes today. Scrubbing at the walls, sweeping up the floor, but I can scrub the shadow standing by the door. Yeah, my room is getting spotless, the shelves are looking bare, but I'm still suffocating in the memories we share. Taking down the pictures, leaving squares on the paint, trying to act strong, but I'm feeling so faint. Every single corner of this tiny apartment holds a different piece of my broken compartment. I wipe down the table where we used to sit and eat. Now the silence in the kitchen is feeling so complete. You can use all the bleach and the soap in the town, but you can't wash away a ship that already went down. Cause I'm doing spring cleaning, trying to throw you away, putting all the ghosts in the boxes today. Scrubbing at the walls, sweeping up the floor, but I can scrub the shadows standing by the door. Yeah, my room is getting spotless, the shelves are looking bare, but I'm still suffocating in the memories we share. Tie the bag tight, carry it outside, drop it on the curb with the rest of my pride. I throw away the letters, I throw away the art, but I can't find the trash can big enough for my heart. Everything is clean, there's nothing left, just me. The calendar's turning, spring is packing its bags, and you never came back. The pink has faded from the cherry trees, replaced by the green and a heavier breeze. The nights are getting shorter, the air is getting warm, but I'm still standing in the center of the storm. I spent the whole season looking out the glass, watching the April and the May slowly pass. I thought that the springtime would bring you around, but my hopes are just petals riding on the ground. The clock strikes midnight, the month fades to June, a lonely silhouette underneath the summer moon. This is the last breeze of May, blowing through the town, taking all the memories and tearing them down. I survived the season, but the winter never left, still carrying the weight of this emotional theft. Yeah, the last breeze of May is carrying you away, but the ghost of your love is deciding to stay. I put away the coats, I put away the pain, trying to pretend I didn't break out in the rain. The summer sun is coming to burn the evidence of a broken man sitting on a broken fence. I walk through the garden one final time, looking for a reason, looking for a rhyme. But there's nothing left to see, nothing left to hold, just a story of a heartbreak that's getting too old. Deciding to stay. Breathe it in one last time, let the warm air fill the lungs. Close the book and the chapter, even if it still hurts. The flowers are dead, the dirt is dry. This is the season's final goodbye. The last